Hi guys, Lucas Onyango here.
It's Diaspora Connect.
You are right on time. The show
is Diaspora Connect.
Welcome to Diaspora Connect.
You're tuned in to Diaspora Connect.
Diaspora Connect.
Diaspora Connect.
Diaspora Connect.
Diaspora Connect. Diaspora Connect.
It's Diaspora Connect.
Welcome to Diaspora Connect. My name is Neville and tonight is the night. Kama umekuwa ukiingoja, umekuwa ukiwadia, ndo hapa tumefika. It's time to connect with all our loved ones from across the world with all our amazing stories, plus connections, culture, and of course everything starts right here. My name is Neville, your home plug. Na ikienda inaenda sana, and thank you very much for choosing us right here. Make sure you get interactive with us. Juu hashtag yetu ni ile. Hashtag Diaspora Connect. My ex-family aka watu wangu wa Twitter manze, make sure you converse with us. Tuongeleshe manze. Let us know where you're tuned in from. Kama uko na mpenzi yako anywhere across the world, mtumie salam at Citizen TV Kenya. Use that hashtag Diaspora Connect. Alafu, talking about those nice connections, we have something amazing on the show. It's called Salams. For us who are new on Diaspora Connect, Salams is where I want you to send me videos with all your salams, your greetings. Send all your greetings with our WhatsApp number. Tuma your video and make sure you put your phone on a landscape mode so that when we put it on TV, we get to see you and your amazing vibe and everything that you're doing. So send in your salams to our WhatsApp number. We'll be playing them right here on the show tonight throughout, so you don't even need to worry. Plus, we have a lot coming up on the show, and today, I know you're familiar with the Avengers. I'm sure you're familiar with Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, and all those amazing fictional heroes. But today, we give the real shout out to all the heroes across the world and right here from the 254. I'm talking about my doctors, students. So today is a jam-packed show, and I just want to give you a little glimpse of what we have prepared for you on our global highlights. Welcome to Diaspora Connect, where we tap into the heartbeat of the Kenyan diaspora worldwide. From chasing dreams to building new lives, we spotlight stories rooted in Ukenya, lived out globally. In Kenya, over 55 million strong and mostly under 35, ambition runs deep. From Nairobi's hustle to the quiet strength of the rural towns, Kenyans are stepping out boldly. In the US, they serve on hospital floors, saving lives. We light up arenas with Kenyan cheers, passion, and pride. Here we thrive in care, sports, tech, and academia. In Australia, students, nurses, and engineers build futures, blending jasho ya hustle with weekend sherehe gatherings and Kiswahili banter from back home. Across Europe, Kenyans wear many hats. Caregivers, handymen, parents, suits, each building a bridge between two lives. In the UAE, our youth work long hours in hospitality and aviation, always repping the 254 with hustle and heart. From Atlanta to Adelaide, Berlin to Dubai, tonight we celebrate you, the caregivers, the sport fanatics, the top students, the family pillars, as you carry the dream of a better Kenya. This is your space, your journey, your home. Welcome to Diaspora Connect. Oh, yes, indeed. As you can tell, vibe iko top tier kabisa, celebrating all our heroes in different fields. Na leo itakuwa imeweza mbaya sana. So keep on getting interactive. Juu leo conversations itakuwa across the board, because here on Diaspora Connect is also where you learn a few things. Kama umeitaka kuenda majuu for whatever reason, this is also where you get those tips and tricks. So make sure you also are interactive with us. Na pia hizo salams, manze, your loved ones are on the other side. Unajua ukikuja Diaspora Connect ni nusu ya kuonana. So make sure you send in your salams on our WhatsApp number, and we would love to play them for everybody across the world, especially for your loved ones. And on the show, we've been doing a lot of amazing things. We've been taking care of your mental health, especially when it comes to our loved ones abroad. Unajua, and also when it comes to back home, we are also hooking you up with the experts so that your money can work for you and your future generation. So good things on the show always. And today is no different. As I said, maybe haujawahi ona Spider-Man ama hujawahi ona Batman, but today we'll be meeting some heroes from across the world, saving and changing lives, of course. And talking about changing lives, this is what we have on our highlights. On tonight's show, we have Dr. Winfred Mwangi, a Kenyan lady with a passion to save lives. Dr. Dan Ouko, the veteran Kenyan doctor that spent time in operating rooms in Manchester. We have the proud graduate Wairimo from Pennsylvania as she narrates studying abroad during COVID. We also have the EPL fan squad as we dissect the best of the Champions League winners and losers. On the decks, all the way from the UK, we have the lady DJ Jin Soul with a passion for Kenyan tunes. Virtually in studio, we have Dr. Shem Ochuodo with advice for Kenyans seeking to vote from the diaspora. From Kenya, the dame with the master skills on the decks, DJ Tev mixing the night away. Umeshasikia leo show ni moto vile inakuaga every Saturday, and the good thing about you, the most important person at the show, is the fact that you are also our ambassador. So usiwahi ogopa kuambia your friends, your family, your colleagues, everybody around. Hata ukienda pale kwa mama mboga manze na ame take too long kukatia ile sukuma, na mwambia by the way mom, umewahi ona Diaspora Connect? Tunajua, because we are always connecting all our loved ones from across the world. And talking about connecting, music is also a language that we talk fluently right here on Diaspora Connect. And that's why we have DJ Tev on the ones and twos. Wagwan DJ Tev, ukoaje lakini?
Niko fiti.
Nice to see you, mother. You're looking good. So that means at least tutakuwa tukisikia poa leo ama vipi?
Hapo sasa. And thank you.
Nice. What can guys expect for you, especially when it comes to the tunes? Utatupeleka wapi across the world?
Situende sana diaspora sana. And then turudi sasa Kenya. Hapo sasa.
I like that man. So, unajua sisi hapa diaspora ni kusema na kutenda. So, I want you uingie hapo kwenye decks kidogo tu, yani utu spice up kidogo. So, play me something, DJ Tev. Play me something.
Kidogo tu.
Na wewe, wow, DJ Tev for the ones and twos, and you can expect nothing but good vibes vile tunaipenda. And you know us right here on Diaspora Connect. When it comes to good things, good flavors, maneno ni kujinice na kumalo vile inafaa. So make sure you keep on getting interactive with us using that hashtag Diaspora Connect. But somewhere else that I love going apart from the whole world is right here on the Hangout, because I always have amazing guests who we can talk to, who we can connect to, and who can give us all those amazing stories that we, love and we can learn from them, especially the fact that today we meet a superhero in the flesh. Unajua ukiona Batman, unaona amevaa suti, Spider-Man amevaa nini, Superman amevaa nini, but there are people, there are our fathers, our mothers, our loved ones who are always saving lives, changing lives according to the world. Alafu leo pia tutakuwa dive into the medical field a lot. So that's why I'm talking about superheroes. And I have one of those superheroes in Dr. Dan Ouko. Welcome to the show, Diaspora Connect. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling okay.
Yes, it's good to have you. You're a real-life superhero. When I say, when I'm growing up, I'm watching Batman, I'm watching Spider-Man, I'm watching all these amazing people. But when we talk about real heroes who are saving lives, you are on that list for sure. So please kindly receive your flowers, Daktari.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Talk to me. Let me talk to you about apart from doing saving lives, what are you doing on a chill kind of, like today on a Saturday? If you weren't here connecting, with us and the rest of the world, what would you be doing, Daktari?
Most of the time I listen to music.
Which genres are your favorite?
I listen to rumba.
Nice.
Mostly Fally Ipupa and Franco.
Hey, you're such a musical person. Fally Ipupa and Franco, they love to move their... So you're also a dancer?
Yes, I am.
In some areas?
Yes.
I love it. If someone is watching and maybe they don't know about you, kindly tell them who you are, what you do. Talk to me, doctor.
My name's Dr. Dan Ouko. I come from Nyakach, in Kisumu County. At the moment, I'm working part-time at Ruaraka Uhai Neema Hospital on Thika Road, but I also have a clinic in Kasarani, just next to the police station. I'm a father to 2 children. One is Dennis, the other one is Doreen. Dennis's wife is called Gail. And Dennis and Gail, they have a daughter called Rua.
Oh, wow.
So we were born 9 children. 1 has died, but the 8 of them are still alive.
Okay, still going strong, still pushing the family name, still doing great things.
Yeah, still doing the great things.
Yes.
Yes.
I love that. And you've talked about your family, you've talked about, I want now to talk about you, as Daktari Dan Ouko, Talk to me about your practice, especially right here in Kenya. Let us start from the beginning. Now you've given us all those amazing things, having a clinic, being part-time, because I want us to talk about the journey of you practicing here and also, going abroad and practicing, because I'm sure it's 2 different worlds in totality.
Yeah, it's 2 different worlds. If I start from when I finished medical school.
Yes, please.
I finished medical school in 1989.
Okay.
Then went for internship in Kakamega General Hospital. Now it's level 6. After that, I went to a mission hospital next to Kakamega called St. Elizabeth Hospital, Mukumu. Then after that, I came back for postgraduate studies, which is a master's in obstetrics and gynecology, which I did at the University of Nairobi. Finished in 2000. Went back to Mukumu in 2000, and then in 2002, I went to the UK. So I was in the UK from 2002 up to 2014. So 2014, I came back. Got a job at Ruaraka Uhai Neema Hospital. At the same time, I set up a clinic at Kasarani.
Kasarani, yes.
So that's how I am. My clinic is a specialist in obstetrics and gynecology. I see patients from all over. I have admission rights in various hospitals within Nairobi. So that's
it. Hey, such a good kind of resume that, you would be proud of, I'm sure even your children and, people around you are like, hey, daktari wetu ana to represent vizuri. Talk to me also about the first experiences, especially going abroad. Because as we said, being in Kenya and practicing from Kenya is one thing, and learning from Kenya and then going abroad. What was the first country you went to and where did you practice?
The first country I went to was the United Kingdom.
Okay.
Initially, my wife is the one who went first. That's the time that UK needed a lot of nurses. My wife is a nurse she used to work as a nurse at Nairobi Hospital. So they came and recruited them, and she went first. Once she's settled a bit, then me and the family went in 2002. Of course, there were challenges when you go for the first time.
Yes.
First of all, you have to learn English, or you have to pass the English test,
yes.
which is called IELTS. After that, then you do what is called PLAB test, which is Professional Linguistic Assessment Board, which is both theory and a practical exam. Once you've passed those 2, then you get registered with the General Medical Council.
So there's a process before actually starting the saving of lives.
Yes, you can't just go and start saving lives. One of the things, you have to be registered with the General Medical Council, which is equivalent of the KMPDC here.
Here in Kenya.
So that is a process. It probably takes about 6 months to 1 year.
And is the process, is it easily available? Like if you go there, you can, go and register easily, or is it like a bit of a process,
No, you can register easily, but one process follows the other. So you have to do the English test before you can do the PLAB. So you can't do the PLAB without
before the English test. Okay.
And then once you pass the English test, you have to do the PLAB. And then now, after you've done the PLAB, then now you have to register with the General Medical Council. So it is a process.
It is a process.
Yes.
So, Daktari, you, of course, we know you pass these tests. You do the English one, unapita vizuri. You do the next one, and you also, as you said, you pass all the required tests.
Yes.
Once you are on the other side, away from the test, do you start saving lives immediately, or is still another process?
No, once you've registered with the General Medical Council,
yes,
then you have to now apply for jobs. So once you apply for jobs, then you get a job. Initially, when we went, it was a bit difficult because it was like a catch-22 situation.
Okay.
So you have to have the you have to have the registration with the General Medical Council, and you have to have a job offer. So they can't give you a job unless you are registered. And they can't register you unless you have a job offer. So you have to beat these two at the same time. So that is what used to happen. I think now it's different. Once you pass these exams, they just register you with the General Medical Council. But our time, it was difficult. So once you get a job, then you get registered, then you start saving.
You start saying, wow, I love it. That's such a good introduction to this process, because I'm sure there are medical practitioners, there are people who want or yearn to, work abroad, and they are wondering, is it just the flight ticket? Is it just getting there and then working? So I love the fact that we have Daktari here in studio, Dan. He's going to tell us all those good details. But in the meantime, nataka upause tu kidogo, Daktari, because I want us to connect with another doctor, because this week, if you know, and I'm sure you've seen it online, it's been reported the fact that the High Court, it declined about the petition about diasporans using their passports as a way to vote. It was denied, and it was said, lazima ukue na ile ID, lazima ukue na kitambulisho, And I want us to go and talk to Dr. Shem. Dr. Shem, mambo vipi? Dr. Shem, unanisikia lakini? Oh, bado anisikia, but yes, we'll be talking to Dr.
Salama sana. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, very well, Daktari. You are looking sharp, you are looking nice. How has your day been?
Yes, much delighted to be. Thank you. Salama sana, nilikuwa kanisa leo, ilikuwa Sabato. But thank you very much, Bob. If you allow, before I get onto the diaspora vote, just to compliment Dr. Ouko and give him comfort that as we try to get Kenyan diaspora professionals together, we have started with looking at the health experts. In August last year, we were privileged to be in Atlanta, Georgia. A number of people look at that as the capital, the world capital for the health sector, even though we know the World Health Organization is in Geneva. But in Atlanta, Georgia, the CDC, we met a number of Kenyan and African health experts, and we have a forum for a number of them coming together as we work on a database for Kenyan / African diaspora health specialists. And we will, of course, once we are done with the health professionals, we will be moving on to the other professionals, the engineers, the accountants, the informaticians, and so on and so forth. But that said, yes, this was a sad week for diasporas in many ways, two major ways being the passing of the so-called the big, beautiful bill in the US, which is going to tax 5% remittances if it go through fully. But also the High Court in Nairobi ruling that diasporas cannot vote unless they have valid passports. The Kenyan Constitution is very clear, says that a Kenyan national can vote either with an ID or with a passport. And we went to court, courtesy Senator Okia Umtata and Kenya Diaspora Alliance that I lead was an interested party. And we have been in and out of court, let me say from the year 2010, for enfranchisement of diasporas, because diasporas are an important segment of the Kenyan economy for them to be allowed to vote. In the year 2015, we won at the Supreme Court that diasporas need to be allowed to vote, not only for the presidential candidate, but for all the other candidates they may wish to vote, from MP to senator, governor, and so on. We're also hoping that ultimately we'll have representation of diasporas in decision-making in parliament, in government, in the executive. We know we have achieved some progress.
Yes.
For those of us who have been in the diaspora a little longer now, 30 plus years, when I was a graduate student in the UK and in the US and in Australia, which I consider my third home after Rwanda.
I love that,
we've been
Dr.
pushing, and we've seen government create a state department of diaspora affairs, but we still need more. We think diaspora deserve a full ministry with 3 PS.
I like the fact that you've even said Australia is your third home. Hey, Daktari, I love the fact that you're taking care of diasporans. You're outside there. I love the fact that you're also giving us information. I would like to know, how many is there a particular number of registered voters,
Yes, Rwanda is the
especially in the
second
diaspora?
one.
Daktari, unanisikia? I was asking you about the number of registered voters in the diaspora. If you can give me a particular number.
Year, the last election, 2022, there were about 10,000 registered diasporas, which is only a small fraction of the possible 4 million diasporas. There are lots of obstacles on diaspora registration, and this is one of them is IEBC coming is strange rule that you cannot register with a national ID for diasporas. I am wondering whether the Kenyan courts either are not fully versed with the situation of the diasporas, or they just chose to neglect or ignore. Take, for example, ordinarily I'm based in South Sudan. Currently I'm on sabbatical. In the year 2017, I had to travel to Kenya to register from Juba, South Sudan. I found registration had ended, but diasporas were still being registered. So I traveled over to Kampala, Uganda, which is where I registered. When I was in Kampala, I was so saddened that I saw 9 out of 10 Kenyans were being underway. They couldn't be registered, ostensibly because they didn't have what we call ordinary passports. Now, anybody who has traveled to East Africa, let me begin with that before I go to Maju, would know that if you're going to Rwanda or Uganda or even Tanzania, you don't need a regular passport. You need a passport, but it's what's called temporary passport. Other name for it is a travel certificate. Now, that cannot be used for voting.
Okay.
So when you come up with a law that Kenyans living in Uganda have to use regular passport, already 9 out of 10, you've knocked them out. And then if you go to Maju,
yes,
Kenyans in the US or Europe, normally there are some countries, many countries now allow what we call dual citizenship. And a Kenyan can be both an American or a Canadian as well as Kenyan.
Yes.
But people have lived there 30 years. Sometimes there's no attraction, no incentive to renew your passport because passport expires. On the other hand, the national ID doesn't expire, at least for now. So you can use it to perpetuity. So if you expect somebody's passport expired, say 10 years ago, to use the regular passport, that's an obstacle. And we know, one may say, why don't they renew it? Even the process of renewing the passport, it's only done in high commissions and embassies. And we don't have embassies and high commissions everywhere. So let me take, for example, 2 cases I'm very fast with, the UK and the US. You expect somebody in North Britain, say somebody in Aberdeen or somebody in Edinburgh or Glasgow in Scotland, to travel to London, maybe 8 hours on the train to go and register. Sometimes has to stay overnight in a hotel, then come again 3 months later to vote. It's quite a disincentive. Or you expect them to travel, say from Seattle, Washington State in the US, go to Washington, D.C. to register or to renew a passport. It's quite a dilemma. And even for the fingerprints to be taken. So in a nutshell, it's so difficult. There are so many roadblocks. It's not surprising that only a paltry 10,000 were able to register to vote. And of those, only like 3,000 ended up voting. Because for now, despite the Supreme Court directive, we have too many roadblocks on the way of diasporas.
Yeah, hopefully we can use the Kenyan spirit, huddle over those roadblocks so that we can make sure, we count those diasporan votes, like we make sure everybody is included, especially when it comes to voting in leaders and, putting the right people in power. So thank you very much, Dr. Shem, for coming through and giving us all those insights. I'm sure our loved ones in the diaspora are yearning and wanting to know more and more. And I don't know, Daktari, Dan, if I can ask you, did you experience this voting process as you've been away, or have all your votes just been cast right here at home?
All my votes have been cast here because we didn't have diaspora voting the time that I was there.
Okay.
So all of it have done.
You've done it from home,
yeah.
And I like it. And I love the fact that you're telling us your true story. You've told us about how your wife went to the UK, and got the good opportunity, and then you joined them, and then your family went, and you passed all your exams, and we are there now where it's job offer or getting the accreditation from the medical right people. So talk to me again about more steps and how you made sure you had secured, because I'm sure there are Kenyans watching who are like, opportunities, I know there are opportunities, but are they easy to come by, especially in Europe? Is it somewhere I just walk in and they give me a job, or is it something I also have to take my time with?
Okay. For other jobs, it might be slightly easier, but for medical, as I said, you have to go through the process before you can be able to get a job. But for these other jobs, kazi za mkono, those ones you can get very easily. So once I got my qualifications, I got a job in Scotland.
Oh, wow.
And it was for 6 months. Of course, with a Scottish accent, that was a challenge.
Yes.
Because you have to keep on saying pardon and pardon and pardon. But with time, I got used.
Let me also ask you, so you're from Kenya here, where communication, of course, in English and kidogo Kiswahili na kidogo, unajua, other kinds of languages in between. But now you're in Scotland, you're practicing for the first time.
Yes.
What differences did you notice as you're going along the way and being like, oh, nyumbani tulikuwa tunafanya hivi, but huku Scotland, maneno ni designi?
Yeah, it is, most of the things are there. So if it is to do with the lab, whatever requests you want to make, you'll be able to do it. You see, for example, here sometimes you request for something, then it can't be done. Why? Because the reagents are not there. So that was something that is not there in the UK. If in terms of medicines, all the drugs, almost all the drugs were there. Of course, here sometimes you want to write a drug and then you are told it is not there. So those are some of the differences that were there between here and there.
And also, Daktari, I know maybe you must have experienced this. Kuna kitu inaitwa culture shock.
Yes.
Yani, because we've had previous guests who've come on nasema, hapa nimezoea kuona matatu, nimezoea kuona buildings inakaa hivi, but when I went somewhere else, nilikuwa naona vitu strange sana. So talk to us, tuweke udaktari kando kidogo, human being, sasa nataka Dan. Okay. Talk to me about some of the things that were intriguing to you, culture shock, unajua, even family, unajua, and all these things. Talk to me, Daktari.
So there are quite a number of them. For example, hakuna kiosks huko. Two, hakuna maids huko. So those were some of the culture shocks that are there, because unatajaribu kuangalia ati kuna kiosk hakuna.
Niingie hapa nichukue mkate na mayai.
Mkate hakuna. So you have to be very, very organized. In other words, you have to think ahead when you are there. For example, if there is something called MOT for a car.
Okay.
Which has to be done in a car for once every year. And the car has to pass before you get your license.
Before you get, oh wow.
You can't just go today and say, I wanted an MOT. You have to book it, for example, even a month before, which is not like here. Another thing is, for example, if your car is broken, if my car is broken, I can call a mechanic, akuja atengeneze, and then, tumalizane. But there, hakuna hawa watu, jua kali is not there. Everywhere is just a garage and a garage and a garage.
Yeah.
One of the things that really shocked me completely was I was seeing a patient, and she came in with somebody else, a lady. And while I was examining her, the lady was also just looking, unaenda huku, anaenda huku, unaenda huku, anaenda huku. then at the end of the examination, nikamuuliza, who is this you are with? I was expecting her to say my sister.
Yes.
Akasema, this is my partner.
Ooh.
So
that really,
you know, because we were not used to such kind of things here. You know, same-sex partner relationship. We are not used to it there.
Yes.
So that really now made me start thinking differently.
Yes.
For every person that you see with a lady, it is not necessarily a sister or a mother. It could be a partner.
Could be a partner.
Yes.
Wow, what mind-blowing things that you learn only by being in certain situations.
Yes.
And I love the fact that you're really telling us the real stories of what is happening. And I want more stories like that. Najua daktari saving lives is nice, but you know, I want also so that Kenyans who are watching can also learn something from your experience. Juu kuna lessons pia ambazo utanipea, ambazo watu wanawatch wako like, hey, by the way, I'm also practicing, but I would like to know how this goes. So, daktari, hapa kwa hangout yetu, tutakuletea kopo la maji na kitu nyingine unahitaji, but for now, let me read some interactions by our very important people on the show. Diaspora Connect, unajua, on show sikuagi peke yangu na kwa na wewe, the most important person yana ukituma unajua maneno mawili matatu pale kwenye social media mimi naisoma. And we have our Diaspora Connect Instagram page. Instagram page yetu, you can share with us your stories, you can share with us what you have been up to, especially kama uko majuu, ingia pale kwenye @DiasporaConnectKE. That is our handle. Na unaona hapa Judah na come through anasema, hey Neville, nangoja show mbaya sana. Hi, my name is Judith from B Center, waiting for the hottest show in East Africa, and salams goes out to my baby Hillary akiwa Seychelles. Watu wa Seychelles wako ndani. Unaona messages zinaingia nice and easy. You say, hey, my name is Brenda Akumu from the UAE. Hey, hapo sawa. Nduta pia ako ndani anasema, great show, invite us next time. Hey, mnataka kukua hapa kwa hangout na sisi? Haina noma, we can always make some arrangement. Make sure you also are tweeting us @Citizen TV Kenya. We have our hashtag Diaspora Connect, and we have everything going live. So to tweet tunaisoma, and don't forget to send in your salams, because your salams are really important to us at this particular moment, because we want to connect you with your loved ones from across the world. So send in your salams. My WhatsApp number is appearing on your screen right now. Send in all those salams and make sure you put your phone in landscape mode, ndio tukibroadcast. All your loved ones wana nice sana seeing you and seeing everything that you have been about. Talking about hey, nataka tuende, unajua, tuingie kwenye ndege to go far away right now. And I am joined by another doctor. Yes, nimekwambia leo ni kusave lives out here manze, yani hatuchelewi hata kidogo. And I'd like to invite to the show for the first time after Dr. Weedy, all the way in the UK, United Kingdoms. Mambo vipi daktari?
Hi, how are you?
Hey, Weedy, how are you
good.
doing?
How are you doing? I'm great.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you.
How is Kenya? How's the weather? Because you can see when the weather is not too bad. How's the weather?
Kumenyesha mbaya sana. Leo kwanza ni kama weather tu ya huko kwenu. Hey, leo hata tuko tu hivi tu. How is your side?
Hey, maisha ni kusurvive, you know. So, but you're well? Tell me, how are you?
Yes, mimi niko shwari kabisa, niko BA. Talk to me. Guys are seeing you on the screen, daktari. I want you to let us know where you are in the UK, ni sangapi. And if you weren't on Diaspora Connect, what would you be doing?
Oh my gosh. Oh, interesting. So firstly, my names are actually Winfred Mwangi. I take pride in the name Winfred, you know. But yeah, it's easier for most people to use the name Winnie. But yes, I'm Winfred Mwangi, and I hail from a certain central province, back in the provinces, county. I'm a Moremba babe, as I say. And I have been raised by two amazing parents, Jethro and Alice, who have actually, it was not for them, I'd not be here right now. And so currently I live in London, UK, which has been an amazing experience. I'm really loving it. Amazing support throughout my medical journey, from the time I was like playing Kati to the time where, you know, now I'm like working in one of the most specialized units actually in this country. So it's an amazing transition. So if I was not watching Diaspora Connect right now, couple of thoughts. One, I appreciate this show, by the way. Thank you so much, by the way, Citizen, for having this show, because I feel a lot of us, when we leave home, it's very scattered how you can connect with your people back home. So creating this platform for a lot of us who are away, but we are still like Kenyans at heart. Thank you so much for that. So if I was not watching this show, I would probably be on FaceTime with my mom. She knows. I'd be on FaceTime now, like, and Jana, and yes, so umekula. She'll be like, umekula. Yeah, so that would be probably what I'll be doing right now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because you looking at your screen like right now is some sort of FaceTime. So salimia mama kidogo.
Yeah.
Najua ana watch.
So, you know, I mean, it's so interesting how you kind of like resonate, like your person is your person. So I would like to do a couple of shout outs. So firstly, my parents, Jethro and Alice, and you know, mom and dad, as they are just, you know, when people are designed for you, I was born in the right family. There was a reason that God made sure they were my parents. They're just so ideal for me. I could not wish for anything more than having them as my parents. And I have two amazing sisters who I don't know why they tolerate me, because I'm the manga in the family. Anyone can tell you I'm the manga in the family. But I have two amazing sisters, Susan and Julie, who for some reason love me as I am. And I have like so many of like my friends and family. If I was to run a list, we don't have the time on the show.
Hey,
so I will keep it nuclear. But all of you guys, I love you. But yeah, I'll keep it nuclear for today. Yeah.
I love that kwa sababu hiyo list tutaitaka at the end kwa sababu hiyo umetuma ni kama introduction ya salamu.
Waingie DM. Let the message.
I love that. So let's start from the beginning. I like the fact that you said you played some kati while you are back here home. I want us to talk to us about your medical journey before. Unajua sahi, as you've said, you're working in the most specialized unit in the UK right now. Nataka nianzie from the genesis. Yani started from mtaani mpaka where you are. So talk to me about the process, about medical school, and then that opportunity that catapulted you to the next stage.
Thank you so much. You know, the thing is, I don't know about a lot of people or a lot of doctors. I did not like wake up and say, I want to be a doctor. That was not like my driving force at the time. My mom, now retired, was like a teacher. I'm like, oh, she's so cool. But then there's a time she disciplined me and I was like, okay, maybe teachers are not so nice. But I said, I never woke up and I said, I wanted to be a doctor. But my thing was, people that I knew would get sick and people would die. And I was like, what is happening? Like, what is amiss? So what drove me to medicine was I wanted to find out, why is it that someone I love is no longer here, or why are they in hospital? So it started off with pathology. And that is the study of medicine, where we look at why people get sick. Or rather, what is like, ailing the person and what, And then the next thing was, my mom was like, please be a pediatrician. Go to medical school, but please look after babies. Winnie, babies love you. And I was like, no. Sick babies, no. Happy babies, yes, amazing. I'll be the best auntie, nanny, anything. But sick babies, I could not. And then how I landed onto anesthesia, which is my specialty. So my specialty is anesthesia and critical care medicine. And my subspecialty is in perioperative medicine, which is in the trust that I work in. So I met amazing people who are my mentors and teachers, who made me fall in love with the art of being able to look after our patients, being the patient's advocate, fighting for that person, speaking for them, because with anesthesia, you're there pre, intra, and post, and along the way. So this person has not come to you because they want to see you. There's no person who wakes up and says, I want to go to hospital. So by the time they're coming to us, they're vulnerable. They're so vulnerable. So how can we still give them the dignity, the respect, and still look after them? And that's why that's how I fell in love with anesthesia and critical care medicine. So I did my undergraduate in Uganda, by the way. And then I did my master's with an amazing cohort of teachers, University of Nairobi. And then now I transitioned here, where I'm now I've just finished my master's in preoperative medicine. I've jumped into another fellowship. But the goal is, what I'm trying to do is, I want to bring back preoperative medicine to Kenya at some point, where we look at a patient as a whole. How do we protect this patient? Because no one ever wants to go to hospital sick, but they do get sick. But how do they feel protected and looked after? And we see them as humans at the end of the day. They're coming to us when they're broken or hurt. So how do we do that? So that is what I was studying when I came here, and yeah.
I love it. I love to hear it. And just by you speaking, yeah, you're one of those doctors I definitely want to see, because some of us, we're usually afraid to go to the hospital, or when we hear anything about doctors
if you're seeing
and
me,
injections.
please see me in this forum, because see me now in this forum, because if you're sick and you're seeing me, then maybe that might not be the situation.
Also, let me ask you about this. There are medical students who are watching you right now and who are like, wow, I would love to be like Winfred out there, daktari mwenyewe, doing my best, saving lives and, doing the Lord's work. Talk to me about the process, about getting the accreditations, because we know our Kenyan system is not the same as the UK system. So talk to me about landing in the UK and having to go through certain steps before you can actually be in the position that you are in. Any other medical fields, about nursing, about anything, how best to bring it all together.
You have brought the guns today. Okay, very, very heavy questions. So the one thing I would say about any career, not just medicine, you need to want it. Like it needs to be your passion. It needs to be like something you want to do. If your heart is not in it, if you're in it for relocation, if you're in it for the money, honestly, in the long run, it's not going to behoove you to do it. So don't mind me, by the way. I'm in the middle of a street, so there's traffic.
That's good. What street is that? Tell us what street that is.
I'm on Foley Street. Yeah, so in central London, basically, yeah. So the thing is, I would say one thing, if your heart is not in it, don't do it. I wish I could tell myself, like my maybe 16-year-old self, like this message. If your heart's not in it, do not do it. I was fortunate to have an amazing support system. So another thing is your support system. So if we dial all the way to like medical students who want to be in a space where they want to either come here. So my journey to medicine is very unique. It was not like run of the mill for everyone. I went to Hillcrest. People, like as you all know, like it's a private school, had amazing education. After that, I took some time out, actually. I finished high school and I worked for a bit. And in that time, my parents were just like, just go do what you need to do. And they supported me. And I went to medical school because that's what I wanted to do. And I went to Uganda at the time. And I met amazing friends who I still have, and then now transition to now what I really am passionate about, which is anesthesia critical care. I'm all about like patient safety, patients' rights, like patients just knowing what they deserve and they should just have a voice because at the end of the day, it's their lives, right? So University of Nairobi was a transition. So every person's journey is different. I would say, firstly, start with knowing what you want. That's number one. Two, please believe that there's some people in your journey who can mentor you. I've had amazing mentors. Honestly, I've had some people. Three, move in silence. My mom taught me this, and multiple people have taught me this, move in silence. When you're trying to do something great for yourself, don't go singing when you've not even done it. Like, go move in silence. And for me, the fourth one, which is the big one, why do people keep forgetting to have conversations with God? For me, I will sit in my house by myself. I can sit for like 48 hours, like on my days off, and have conversations with God. Because what do you want? Like, what am I doing? And that time, I've done things, and I'm just like, what? So culture, it does not have to be God. It can be, whoever you worship, whatever that centers you. For me, it's God. So for me, I get centered with God. So you must choose time with yourself where you sit, stop the noise, switch off your mobile data. By the way, for guys who are watching, it took me a while to get on here because I was struggling with mobile data. As in, take time where you switch off all the noise and you sit with yourself, you meditate, yoga, you go for a walk, you go to the park. I was at the park earlier.
That's
Choose
amazing.
that time, and that's when you grow as a person.
I love that.
So, yeah.
I love that. All those tips are quite essential, especially the last one right there, having those conversations with God, and also moving in silence, because ukiannounce sana, saa zingine inakuwa noma. Alafu, let me ask you this. Utachoma mba. Daktari unaelewa hii kitu, man. I love it. Alafu pia, unajua kila saa watu wanaendanga abroad, benchmarking. Let me ask you this from your personal experience, because umekuwa huko, manze. Tell me some of the things that you would love to introduce back home, especially when it comes to the medical field. Also, what are some of the things that we can borrow, learn, especially from guys in the UK?
Ooh, interesting. Interesting, actually, because like for me, I feel like when I was moving here, I did not wake up and say, I want to go to UK, I want to live in London. I was just like, I want to do better for my Kenyan community. And I was like, how can I do better for my Kenyan community? I had to leave the country to do better for my Kenyan community. So I want to bring my skill set back 100%. I literally help like KSA, that's Kenya Society of Anesthesiologists, CISK, like we organize like this weekly seminars and webinars. We have a conference every year. Like how can you also, when you're away, you can feed back, you know, you have to feed where you came from. So I would say it's not about like me coming back in that sense, or like someone coming to come back, or someone leaving to come here. It's what's your objective at the end of the day. One thing I will say though that has been very near and dear for me is, believe it or not, as a person living in diaspora, I believe so many Kenyans do not want to leave home. They don't leave home because they want to. And even when they leave home aspiring to at some point come back. We love home. I'm in the wind. You know what I mean? Like we just want to come back home.
Of course.
Honestly. And you just want to like make life that much better than you left it.
Yeah.
There's a song, sorry, I'm a Murima female. So there's a song that says, in Kikuyu, but it says, you know, don't look for me where you left me because God has already moved me, you know, elevated me. So in that sense, a lot of people, that's what they do. So for me, I would tell anyone trying to progress in their medical career, please do research. Do research. Do a lot of research. When I first got here, I lived in an Airbnb for about like 3 weeks before I found my actual house.
Wow.
And that Airbnb had been paid for before I even came.
Wow.
Then I went through the General Medical Council. They were like, no, we need to see you in person. But you're there, you don't have a bank account, you cannot, like, you know, please have your circle. And I wanted to actually now, this is what I wanted to actually speak about on this point.
Okay.
We have a family here. I did not even see it happening. I came, there's a family called Kenya Doctors UK. KDUK. It's not just about doctors, like pharmacists, it's like literally dentists, it's everyone. Anyone who's a doctor in terms of like the license in Kenya. They have such an amazing network. When I landed here and I found them, I was like, I'm okay. Even if my githeri is running out, I'm okay. I have my people.
I like it.
And they have a very beautiful network. So there's a beautiful network I'm part of. It's called KDUK, but really it's anyone who's a doctor in the UK. And the minute you land, we look after you, you have a conversation, you can get connected, networking, everything.
That's amazing.
And what we're now trying to like address is a lot of us as doctors, I'll be coming home within the next 1 year. I want to come home and go to Kenyatta and help another colleague.
Yes.
Or they want to help me.
We will welcome here on Diaspora Connect. You have your seat right here, Daktari.
So this is the old school one. This is the Gen Z one. I can't even do the Gen Z one. But yeah. So it would be nice. So Camp PDC now, literally, we're not working, like we have a conversation with them where we can still practice medicine back home.
Yes.
And that's what we're working on, but there's a full network of support system. So if you choose to come to the UK, we have you. You don't have to worry.
Yeah, I love that.
We have a support system waiting for you.
Thank you very much for giving us, of course, that tea. We wish we could go on talking to you, Daktari, but si unajua tu maneno ya time. My timing is the best time. I love it. Thank you
so much for having me.
Of course, thank you very much.
Can I say one last hello for someone? For Zola, my dog. I miss my dog. His name is Zola. I love him. I miss him.
Daktari,
but he loves my mom now. But yeah.
Wait, yes? Daktari, you've sent us your salams to who?
My pet.
Your dog?
My dog called Zola.
Oh, okay, Zola.
Yes. So I'm saying hi to Zola.
I love it. Thank you very much for connecting with us right here. We appreciate you. Receive our love. As we said on the show, you are a superhero who is out there saving lives. Asante Sana Daktari Winfred coming through all the way from the UK. Asante, receive our love. And as we said, ukikuja nyumbani lazima upitie Diaspora Connect, and also plug us to all those doctors ambao wako huko. Kwa hiyo group, make sure you're our ambassador right here in the UK. And talking about our ambassador, tuko na Vibes ambassador mwenyewe DJ Tev on the ones and twos. Na unajua anatupatia the good things, especially when it comes to music. And I want us to, anataka atumarinate kidogo, atupatie something to get us out of our seats to have a good time. So DJ Tev, take it away with some music. Yende sana. Taka vibe unapewa DJ Tev on the ones and twos. Na nataka DJ Tev, please let us know your social media handles. Unaona kuna wase wanataka kuconnect na wewe pia. So let us know where guys can follow you, where guys can get your mixes. Hebu tuambie.
Na namba ya M-Pesa.
Na hiyo pia baadaye. Niambie.
TikTok naitwa DJ Tev, Instagram naitwa DJ Tev, and Facebook zote ni DJ Tev. DJ
Tev tu zote wanakupata hapo.
Wananipata huko.
Wanajua pale kila kitu nyingine iko, si ndio? Hapo sawa manze. And continue connecting with us, because right here Diaspora Connect, ukikuja hapa ni nusu ya kuonana. We love you to send in your salams. Unajua, send us those videos on our WhatsApp number. Unajua WhatsApp number yangu kwenye screen yako. Send us those videos, especially if you're watching us from Maju. Kama uko na feedback, kama uko na kitu ya kutuambia, tuambie manze. Unajua nusu ya kuonana is right here on Diaspora Connect. And talking about feedback manze, kuna maneno mingi inaendelea kwenye social media handles zetu @Diaspora Connect KE. That's our Instagram page. Ingia pale, make sure umepiga follow, piga like kadhaa pale, na pia ingia kwa DM, let us know about 2 or 3 things, because naona kuna wase wanataka kuuliza daktari about health records and many different things that we'll be getting to that. And if you know, on the hangout we have Daktari Dano huko ako hapa na tutakuingililia hizo vitu zote. So keep them coming through. If you have those medical questions, lazima pia tutakuwa tukiget to you. Also, naona mbogi imeingia vizuri, watu wetu wa kwenye X aka Twitter waze. Naona Comrade Wadikata nasema manze, huyo Winnie daktari ameni inspire mbaya sana. How I wish I could also be like that. Babu Michael ako hapa nasema it's that time, our minute for Diaspora Connect. Hapo sawa familia manze, nashukuru sana. Also Edward Ndalo anasema watching you live right here in Matunda show iko liti mbaya sana. And that's what we're all about. Saturday ikifika 10 p.m. unajua tunakuconnect with your loved ones from across the world vile inafaa, because right here it's all about those little connections. So make sure you keep on interacting with us. And talking about interactions, tuingie ndege tena, si ndio? Tuingie ndege kidogo, hata kama una passport. Right here on Diaspora Connect tunakupeleka far away lands. And right now we are going straight to London, still in the UK region manze. And if you don't know something about London, kama unafikiria mambo ya trains, in 1863 they had the first underground trains manze. Yani imagine underground inapita, such amazing things. Alafu pia we have our amazing DJ Jin Soul all the way in the UK. I want you to see what she's doing before I talk to her.
Mimi leo niko da, aliyenipenda nishamua. Je, wataka kumjua? Anapokam, anapocheza drum, anapokata pam pam pam. Nataka kunawe,
Hey, and for the first time ever, we want to welcome DJ Jin Soul all the way from the UK. Mambo vipi? Hey, how are you? Can you hear me? Okay. I don't know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, wave or...
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, how are you? Mambo vipi?
I'm good, but I can't see your face.
Don't worry, it's a handsome face, but just deal with the voice. Deal with the voice. How are you doing? Tell us where you are right now in the UK.
Sorry, you're breaking.
Okay, fine. Can you hear me right now? Tell us where you are in the UK. Okay.
Sorry?
It seems as if we have a bit of a technical difficulty, but we'll be getting to DJ Jin Soul, as you have seen, and a mix and a mashup mangoma vile inafa. Keep on getting interactive with me because you are the most important person on the show. And when you come through, tunaji nice vizuri. Sindio? And talking about coming through, don't forget your salams on our WhatsApp number is on your screen right now. I want you to send in your salams, especially watu wetu wa Qatar, watu wetu wa Tanzania, watu wetu wa Uganda, watu wetu wa Joburg, Casablanca, hata kama uko US, Boston, Massachusetts, Washington, anywhere you are in the world, send us your WhatsApp. That is your salams. Ukishatumia hizo salams, tunazicheza. Your loved ones will be seeing tutakuwa tukinice mbaya sana. And talking about kujinice, let me show you again or another clip of what our amazing guest DJ Jin Soul has been doing, especially online.
Nikutunze kama mboni, wakija wapote, nifanye kama uwaoni. Baby, take it slow. You from heaven, if you want me, let me love you. You got me dancing in the rain, and sounds loose, I'm on the baby. Nampatia sugar sukari, nampatia sukari, nampatia sugar sukari. Inauma lakini nitazoea. Inauma lakini nitazoea.
Angie, body, shake your body. Angie, know you want me. Try me.
African music.
Hey, wow, my goodness me, what amazing mixes. And I'm sure you've come across online, especially on your TikTok, on your Instagram, and that is DJ Jin Soul. And she's in the UK right now. I don't know if she can hear me now. Mambo VP, can you hear me?
Hi, how are you, Yako?
Yes, can you see my handsome face now?
Yeah.
How are you this, it's evening. What's the time in the UK right now, and where are you? Tell me.
Yeah, it's 9 p.m., 9:30. Yeah, over here. In the evening.
If you weren't on the show, what would you be doing right now?
I'll probably be out. Yeah.
Out there, at a gig, at a function, you know,
at a gig or just at a club. Just partying.
I like that. I like that. Many people have interacted with your content. Many people, hit the like, the follow, the share, especially when it comes to anything Kenyan. So talk to me about you loving music, you loving Kenya. Give me all that good tea.
The first time I saw that was like in 2016. I saw this video of Softed, and that was my motivation to come to Kenya. So I've been to Kenya twice, 3 times, and yeah, like since then I just started listening to Kenyan music and all these African songs. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's how I started DJing.
I love
Afrobeats.
that. Just hearing the fact that you heard Sauti Sol and you fell in love with it. Was the language barrier something that hit you, or you were just like, when good music hits, you feel no pain?
Hello?
I'm saying, when you heard Sauti Sol back in the day, was the language, you know, them talking about in Kiswahili, was it something that deterred you away from the music, or it made you more intrigued about the music? Oh. Jinso, can you hear me? Oh, okay. I think we have lost her for just a bit, but we'll be working on that so that we can, you know, get about that love. Ndio tujue maneno iko aje, you know, especially when it comes to loving the Kenyan culture. Tunajua sisi ndio tuko the top when it comes to that music sector. And talking about music, let's go directly to Diaspora Charts. This is where we get to all those songs that are making us dance, all those songs that, you know, are on our playlist, all those songs that are moving us and shaking us throughout the world. And today on the Diaspora Chart, song number 1 is a viral sensation that has the whole world dancing. And this one is called My Darling, for man like Shella. And it's such a big tune. Immediately you hear it, you just want to you just want to dance. So listen to this, My Darling by Shella.
Sweet melody.
That right there, big tune on the top shotter for man like Zik. It's called Welcome to Kenya, and that right there, it invigorates, it brings out that Kenyan greeting, inakufanya una nice mbaya sana. So that right there has been our Diaspora Connect chart. Yani ile mangoma zinatufanya to feel nice from across the world and beyond. And we'll be doing some diaspora news real soon, but before we get there, I want us to go back to the UK. Nataka tuende back to the land that created or invented afternoon tea. If I wanted afternoon tea, it was pale UK. They have that amazing culture that was first born uko UK. Talking about UK, Jin Soul DJ is up in the place. She's been telling us about how she fell in love with the Kenyan culture by listening to Sauti Sol. Let me ask you this, Jin Soul. Did you heard some Kiswahili in their music? Did it deter you, or you are more intrigued to wanting to know what Sauti Sol was saying in their music?
Sorry, what was the question?
I'm asking, like, when you heard Sauti Sol for the first time, their Kiswahili and the language that they were speaking, it was not a language barrier to you, or you were more intrigued?
I was very intrigued, and I just wanted to learn more Swahili so I could understand the music. Yeah, so I actually started learning Kiswahili, but I forgot, some of...
Nice.
But I still remember some. Yeah.
I like that. Did you learn it on Duolingo? Did you learn it on an app, TikTok? Where did you learn some of these Swahili phrases? And are there some that still come to mind?
Yeah, of course. I remember Ninafurahi kukutana na wewe.
Nice.
And I actually learned it when I was in Kenya. I interacted with Kenyan people, and also I got myself a book, Kiswahili book. So yeah, that's how I learned it.
Oh, I like that. And when you came to Kenya, what were some of the experiences that you have? Because when we leave Kenya and visit other countries, you know, culture shock and you know, whatnot. So talk to me about your first experiences coming to Kenya. Was there any kind of culture shock? What did you love? And were there any myths that were debunked on your visit here?
I actually loved every bit of it. I love people over there. Like, I love the people the most because they were so friendly. They just love me, like, just the way I am. So I have my friend over there. I have a Kenyan friend, so she took me to Nairobi University, and she took me to Mombasa, I swear, and they've got beautiful beach, and I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoy my my time over
your
there.
time in Kenya. I love it.
Yeah.
And also, let's talk about your DJing. As you're in the UK, when you're doing your set, when you're playing that Afro swing, hip hop, Afro beat, there are Kenyan songs that you're playing. Tell me how they are received by people from the UK, and also, I'm sure you've met Kenyans in the UK. What's their reaction like when they hear you drop Anguka Nayo, you know, while you're out there in the sherehe?
I think they're very interested that about the fact that I, Asian, can play Afrobeat, especially old ones. They really love listening to old Kenyan songs and Afrobeats. So yeah, whenever I play old ones, they really love my my DJ.
I love that, and thank you very much for repping the Kenyan culture and putting us out there. Talk to me also about, you know, putting it out on social media, because I see you have a huge following on social, and I'm sure always Kenyans are in your comment section.
I feel very overwhelmed by all the love that, my followers give me, and I really, really appreciate it a lot. I just enjoy their music. I just decided to put myself out there so that I can also make people happy with my music. And I've gotten to see that a lot of people actually enjoy my music, and which I really, really appreciate.
Nice. And we really appreciate you. Thank you very much for, you know, sharing your vibe, your energy, and of course, you know, sharing that Kenyan culture across the world. We really do appreciate you. And I don't know if you remember some of your friends from Kenya, because right here on the show we have something called salams, aka greetings. So I want you to send a few salams, greetings to a few of your Kenyan friends, you know, people you remember from the 254.
Yeah. Salam.
Yeah, greetings. Like say hi to one or two. You know, you met a few people maybe in Kilimani, Westlands, Eldoret, Mombasa. You might have met a few people. Want to say hi to them?
Yeah. Hi. Habari yako? Ninafurahi kukutana na wewe. Thank you so much for the support and all the love. And I would like to get to know you guys more. So let's communicate, come to my page and just try to enjoy my mix. And I really appreciate if you actually come and see me DJ as well. Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
I love that. Thank you very much. Continue spreading that Kenyan vibe across the world. And talking about across the world, we are still broadcasting right here from the heart of Nairobi in Diaspora Connect. Anytime, any Saturday you want to make sure you get that big link up, this is the place, Citizen TV Kenya. And of course, me, I'm your home plug, Neville Nauki, Penda Tunakupea. Continue interacting with us at Citizen TV Kenya. The hashtag ni ile Diaspora Connect hapo, Diaspora Connect. Hiyo ikiwa hashtag iko sawa. Also on our Instagram at Diaspora Connect Kenya. That's our Instagram. Tutumie DM, tutumie maneno mazuri, mawili matatu. But talking about mazuri, tuko na DJ Tev up in the place. Nataka acheze mangoma mbili tatu, tupige kopo la maji, turudi, we continue connecting. DJ Tev, take us away. And we are back, of course, Diaspora Connect. Anytime you want to connect with your family, tuko na wewe, tunakushika mkono, na pia tunawakutanisha, inakuwa the best thing ever. I am your host, of course, Neville, at that Neville. That's how you can catch me. Nitumie DM, niambie maneno mawili matatu, and I'll definitely be responding to you. And talking about responding to you, nimekuwa na daktari hapa, Daktari Dan, amekuwa na mimi hapa. We've been talking about so many good things, practicing in Kenya, leaving Kenya and going abroad, getting all those accreditations accreditations that you need before saving those lives. Na pia akatuambia vile alipewa hizo accreditation aliingia Scotland. Scotland ndio pale najua alianza his practice, and he's also told us some of the few things ambazo aliona huko ambazo angependa pia hapa mtaani tukue nazo. Daktari, I want us to continue that conversation because as you've heard other doctors like Dr. Winfred, of course, who is in the UK right now, she talks about many things. Just like the way you've said, you would love to see better things coming hapa mtaani. I want to get your views now. What are some of the things that you've seen out there that you would say, wow, back home we need this, or we need to implement these things so that, or also give us the things, maybe you have already implemented some of them and we can be proud of them also. You can tell us, Daktari.
One of the things there is that if you call for an ambulance, it needs to be there within 8 minutes.
Okay.
Kama haijafika hapo within 8 minutes, then you have to explain why it wasn't there within 8 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So that's one of the things we probably need to implement, here. Though not 8 minutes, but at least we, we put it about maybe 30 minutes.
Because for me, I imagine that if ever a medical emergency was to happen, tutaingiza mtu kwa gari ya mtu, tuingize, tuende, alafu ashughulikiwe. Is that also, hata kwa boda, anaweza kupandisha kwa boda, chui? Is that the same case?
I don't think that is a good thing because, for example, if you are on Thika Road and you are in an Uber, everybody around you does not know that you are carrying a patient.
Yes.
But if you go in an ambulance, then it is making the siren. At least it will be given some way,
yes,
to reach Kenyatta or wherever they are going faster.
Yes.
So that's one of the things. And I think if the ambulance is making the noise, please give way.
Give way, yes.
Because I see most of the time the ambulance is just in the middle of the traffic.
Kiburi.
And the guys are also not moving. So at least they need to try and move,
yes,
so that the ambulance can be able to reach there.
Yes.
So that is one thing. The other thing most of the time is there's something we call laparoscopy.
Okay, tell me
which
more.
Is a camera. It's more of a camera operation. They just make a small incision and they pass a camera and they do everything there rather than opening you.
Wow.
For example, like a cesarean section. They don't open you, but they just use a camera and they look on the TV. They can be able to see inside.
Okay.
I'm sure most of the hospitals have it, but it would be something that should be quite available because at the moment, I think in most of the places, it's not less than 250,000. But I know there's somebody who is doing something called laparoscopy machinani, which is slightly reduced cost. But at least if those laparoscopies can be there in almost all the hospitals, then that would be something which could be very nice. The other thing is communication. I think with our communication is a bit, you see the patient, but you are not considering the patient as a patient. So for example, I want to do an operation. I just tell you to sign here. You have no idea. Many times I meet patients in the clinic and I ask them, what was the operation that was done? They have no clue, but they signed somewhere. So at least us as doctors, we need to try and explain the operation that we are going to do,
yes,
the complications that are there, how the recovery period is what time. So that kind of communication, if we have that communication, then it becomes better. And then when you are with a patient, it is kind of a discussion. It's not you, the doctor, and that's the patient. It's kind of a discussion. But of course here you get, of course if you are in the UK, I ask, when do you want to have the operation? Somebody will look at the phone and then tell you, I want it on this day. But when I came here, I ask you, when would you like to have the operation? Then the patient tells me, but you are the doctor. Then now I say, I want to do it on Saturday. Then he says, on Saturday I'm going for a wedding. So you see, it's the patient education. So once you educate them and you communicate with them well, then that is something that can be able to, we can be able to do.
Yes. I like that. Also, we see a lot of cases of patients or people leaving Kenya to go and seek medical attention in many different other countries. What would you say about that? Is there a way we can reduce that from happening? What can we do to make sure to baki hapa nyumbani and get the best health care?
Of course, we have one of the best medical practitioners here and medical specialists. problem is usually most of them are very expensive. And that is why you get that people are going out because it is slightly cheaper. But we have most of the experts here, and most of the operations can be done here. But then, for some reason, many people, they have this idea that somewhere else is better than Kenya. But that is not the situation. If you go to all these big hospitals, they have all the specialists. But it's only maybe you get that here, the cost is slightly higher, as opposed to, if you, for example, if you go to India or if you go to Turkey, you'll get it slightly cheaper.
Okay.
Yes, so that is why most people go.
Ah, nice. Also, unajua ukiwa majuu, ukiwa Scotland, ukiwa UK, kuna, sorry to ask, kuna stigma fulani, kuna patient anaweza kuja ni mzungu, anaona we ni Mwafrika, anaangalia na Dr. Dano huko utaniweza kweli mimi. Is there some sort of back and forth, or is there some sort of...
That one is there. That one is there. A patient would come and see you and say, no, I don't want to see you. I would like to be seen by so-and-so. But then with time, they get to know that they can't see more of their people because most of the people are probably Africans or people from outside the UK. So it becomes, so you get the anesthetist is from outside the UK, the surgeon is from outside the UK. So they are like more or less like bound. Yeah, so they have no choice.
They have no choice.
Yes, but many times, yes, you will get patients who are coming and saying, no, I don't want to see you. But it is their right. They don't want to see you. You have to ask if there is another white doctor who will see them.
Okay, before I ask you about advices that you can give to medical students, to doctors who are also aspiring to go abroad, before we get to that, I want us to talk about the AI in hospitals, in the medical field. When you hear AI, is it something that as a doctor you're like, or is AI something that you're embracing in the medical field, or is it something that still has reservations?
I think it is something that is to be embraced.
Okay.
Because in some of the areas, it makes the diagnosis easier and it makes the management faster for you. So it is something that has to be embraced. Of course, there are fears that, oh, it will make some people be unemployed or things like that. But that is where technology is going. So you can't remain behind in your old school, whereas people are moving ahead. So I think it is something to be embraced.
Nice, I like that. So I want you now to talk to those aspiring. You know, there are people who are watching you, they're like, Daktari, mi pia nataka niingie Scotland, nataka niingie Pennsylvania, nataka ni conquer the world. What are some of the advices that you would give them, that you would tell them, so that they can be prepared for anything?
One of the things is our education system. We have 844, whereas in the UK they have the A levels. So that is a challenge. So once they finish their Form 4, they have to do a bridging course. Once they've done their bridging course, then that's when they can go to the UK. It is very liberal. So long as you can be able to afford, it is very liberal. You just apply and they will take you, so long as you can be able to afford. So for the parents who can afford, I would advise them to have the training in the UK, because the training is so much structured in a way that you just continue and continue and continue and finish within 6 years, you get your degree. Once you've gotten your degree, you automatically go for the internship, which they call the foundation. It's not like here where you spend another 1 year waiting for internship. There you go straight away. As soon as you finish, you go to for the internship. And then after the 2 years, which is this internship there is for 2 years, which is called foundation. Once you've got the foundation, then you can now apply to the specialty that you want. So in terms of the training, I would advise people to go. Of course, as the lady from London said, now there is a network. When we went, there was no network. now there is a network. So maybe whoever is going should be able to connect with that network, which will lead to proper settling down. Though I know as if you go to university there, if you are a first year, they'll give you accommodation. So the first year, so that you are able to settle. Then the rest of the years, you can decide whether to stay in the hospital, accommodation, or look for your own accommodation.
Oh, wow, I love it. Thank you very much, Dr. Dan, for taking the time. You know, you're a superhero. I know lives are out there, to save and whatnot. And I love the fact that you've come here. But before nikuache uende, so umesikia tradition yetu inaitwa salams. Si ndio? Kutuma salamu kwa wawili watatu. Kuna wale uliwacha Scotland, UK, wanaweza kwa wanakuwatch. Pia hapa nyumbani kuna wale wanakuona. So, daktari, this is your time. Salam ni wewe.
The list is long.
Iende sana daktari. Wewe usiogope.
Niko na miguu mbili. So, my family is still in Manchester. So, I'm sure they are watching me. So, I would like to say hello to my dear wife, Crescencia. If you are watching, my son Dennis and the wife Gail and their child Rua, my daughter Doreen. There is my maternal grandfather who is called Racho. So we have a WhatsApp group called Racho. I'm sure they are watching me, including Angawa. Yeah, Angawa specifically said your parting shot should be greet the people in diaspora. He stays in Rongai. So what were Racho group? Salamu. Salams. All my brothers, all my sisters, the ones at home and the ones in Nairobi, I greet you. There is a group that we finished medical school in 1989. It's called 89ers. Greetings to all of you if you are watching. And everybody else that I've forgotten.
Kamisa. I love it. Thank you very much, Maze. Yes. You're such an amazing person. You're also an amazing doctor, and you're a superhero in many rights. So, asante sana. Receive warm hugs and, of course, appreciation from us. Asante sana, daktari. And since we are still here on Diaspora Connect, kuna matamu tumewaandalia, and we are not done there. Umeona daktari ametuelezea everything in the medical field, na pia kukua superhero manze si mchezo. So lazima tuache daktari aende afanye maneno yake vile inafaa. And talking about maneno vile inafaa manze, nataka hapa manze niongee na watu wawili watatu, kwa sababu najua interaction zetu ziko na you, the most important people on the show. Yes, hapo sasa naona Jerry ameingia ndani, anasema Jerry yako hapo, anasema manze Jerry kutoka India, please nisome. Jerry, big up yourself manze, najua pale India maneno iko aje. Niambie, where in India are you? Unakama home lini? Tuma salams pia. Thank you very much. Naona pia kuna Agustin anaitwa Paul from Mexico. Hola mi amigo manze, uko poa lakini hope uko sawa. I'm following Diaspora Connect manze, hapo sawa manze. Pia kuna Kimbo hapa anasema yuko rada mbaya sana. I love it. This is our Instagram page at Diaspora Connect KE. Tuma DMs, tuma salams hapo. Alafu pia WhatsApp namba yangu manze usisahau. Hapo kuna salams ambazo unafaa kutuma. Talking about salams, nasikia kuna salams. Take a look.
Hello, at Citizen TV, Diaspora Connect. My name is Zablon Karanja. I'm sending my salams to my dad, Edward Wawero, in Seattle, Washington, D.C. I hope this message will reach him. I kindly and truly appreciate his support and the way he has been carrying me.
Hi Diaspora Connect, I'm Shanice from Georgia and Mwende here. I want to say hi to my cousin who is in LA, Lida Mokami, and my auntie Rosemary Modhani Njagi who is in Texas. Oh, hi cousin, hi auntie, hi Nailan.
Diaspora Connect, this is an amazing show. We appreciate it so much. Mimi ni Moses Ngetich here in the UK. Kikazi, mimi engineer, civil engineer, and salam zangu natuma kwa familia yangu iko Bomet na my in-laws in Kaptagat LD. Alafu na salimia watu wangu wa church pale Bomet pia AGC na Nairobi Deliverance Church tunaita DCUK. Amazing show. We really appreciate. Na nasalimia wife wangu Winnie, tuko pamoja hapa UK. Cheers.
It's a guy Anthony Muto here, Diaspora Connect. I want to send my salam to my brother Kevin Musao at US. Big up, bro. Miss you so much. Hello.
Hello guys. This is Obonyo Philip. I'm sending my salam to my cousin Alan Kibera, right there in the United States of America. Hey, Manze, we miss you so much, man. We miss you so much. Enjoy your studies, Bana.
Hi there, my name is Furaha. I'm a musician. I would like to say hi to the Williams, who are in Wales actually, and big up to them because they started Tumaini kwa Watoto, which helps children all over Kenya to actually find homes. So yeah, and so glad by the about Diaspora Connect. I'm so happy I can be able to connect with people outside the country. So Citizen TV, kudos. Yeah, so cheers guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Ish, man, I love it when I see your faces. It energizes, it even better. Thank you very much for sending in your salams. And as we said, even if the show is not on air, kesho pia unaweza tuma salams that we can air next week. Say hi to your friends, your family. Also, ingia pale kwenye DM zetu at Diaspora Connect KE. Tuambie mawili matatu. You might having a family member who is coming through and you want to organize something. We can do that. Also, we can hook you up with all your loved ones. Majuna za tuambia stories zao, tuende tuwatafute, tuwapate, tuwaconnect. Classmate alikwambia nenda Majuna, alienda cha ukweli. You know, we can connect because sisi ni Diaspora Connect. Na ukikuja hapa ni nusu ya kuonana. And talking about nusu ya kuonana, if you don't know, manze, the footballing world has been in a mayhem forever, especially since the season started. And this weekend, the final game